Hi everybody, we have a Labradoodle puppy video litter update for you today. Hi, I'm Claire from Van Isle Labradoodles, and we have the 6 Labradoodle puppies from our Firefly litter. And these puppies are 3 weeks old. So today we're going to show you each of the puppies individually. We're going to tell you a bit about each of the individual puppies, the litter as a whole, and of course we're going to tell you a little bit about Mama Labradoodle Penny. So these little chocolate bundles of deliciousness are 3 weeks old now, and as you can see, they have moved. They have graduated from the maternity ward out into the doodle den. And you know, when we moved this litter last week, they just took it all in stride. Oh yes, and you can hear they talk now. They have their voices, they have their eyes, and they have their ears, all open, all working, all just like real puppies now. So it's a bit like a second birth when this happens. When the puppies first open their eyes, it gives us more of a feel for the puppies and their personalities. And part of that is because as people, we rely on eye contact so much. We look at someone's eyes and that's how we have a conversation with them. Dogs use their whole bodies, not so much their eyes. So when their eyes open for us, it's like, oh, now we get to know who you are. It gives them a little bit more of an individual quality. And then when their ears open, well, then that's really fun because that's when we can start communicating with them even more. Oh, Penny says it's not really time for the milk bar to be open. What Penny's doing is trying to sit on my lap, and that's what she wants to do, is come sit on my lap and be the one who's with me, not the puppies. And she's trying to find a spot where she can be away from them but still with me. And then of course the puppies think that I'm Penny, so they all try to find a place to nurse. So I'm just going to reposition myself a bit so that they can maybe start going and playing. So now that their ears are open as well, the other thing that they start doing is talking more. So they are now playing with each other, they're growling at each other, they have little barks with each other, and oh, it's just so fun as they all grow up and start to find their little individual selves. So they seem to be quite determined that they're going to nurse Penny. What do you think? Penny herself is doing really well. She's eating much more readily now. If you saw her on our Facebook page last week, you saw that she was being a little bit difficult to feed. But now she is hungry. Now she's eating, and she's eating quickly. We're still feeding her by hand. She's still not quite ready to eat on her own again, but she is not fussy pots with us anymore. And Penny enjoyed a wonderful visit yesterday with her guardian mama, Michelle, and that was always makes Penny feel so much happier. She loves to be with people. So for Penny, being here just with her puppies sometimes is something that's not her favorite activity. She would rather we would take all the puppies and take them wherever we are, or all of us would be where her puppies are. Not the other Labradoodles though. No, she's not too keen on them being around her puppies. However, she's not overly protective. So when the dogs come through the doodle den, we usually have the door closed so that they can't come in and see the puppies. Now, to be honest, none of them want to do that except for our little Labradoodle puppy girl, Cayenne. Otherwise, the other girls are like, yeah, no thanks, you can have the puppies, we don't want them. But Penny rushes in right away, and she'll go right over the entrance and stand in front and be a guard to protect her puppies. So she's very keen on that, but she is also really happy and content to be away from them, and she doesn't fret too much. She'll stay with us now for a good hour and a half without getting concerned. And you can see now she's had enough. She says, nope, that's okay, guys. I don't really want to feed you. I just want to be near Mama Claire, and I'm trying to find a spot where I can be separate from you. It's a bit of hard work, isn't it, Penny? So now that the puppies are 3 weeks, this will be, the next 2 weeks will be their really heavy nursing period. And Penny will be working really hard because this is when they nurse the most, especially between week 3 and week 4. And at week 4, we will start to introduce them to solid food. Now, if between now and next Friday, the puppies are showing us that they're hungry and Penny is telling us that she needs some help with feeding them, then we'll introduce them to the solid food a bit earlier. But generally speaking, we prefer to wait till they're about 4 weeks to do that. It seems to be the best period of time in terms of the development of their internal systems. And they usually take to it a little bit more readily as well if we give them a little bit of a longer time to mature. So now that the puppies are in the doodle den, one of the things that's going on is we're beginning their desensitization, and we're also being much more aware of handling them more often. So socialization and desensitization are very similar to one another, and they're all part and parcel of the same goal. And the goal is that your puppy will develop into a dog who is not worried about new experiences in the world and has confidence and learns to trust that people are there to protect them and that they can always rely on people to make sure everything's going to be safe for them. So desensitization aspect of that involves introducing them to lots of things that would naturally scare a dog. And you know, sometimes people will say, oh, my dog's really shy, or they're somewhat critical of dogs who are at all concerned about new things. But we always have to remember, dogs are living in a world they were not designed to live in. Yes, they've been domesticated for a very long period of time now, and yes, they adapt and they do live with us quite successfully. But dogs were never intended to live where there's vacuum cleaners or where there is loud music or fireworks or any of those things. Those things are all entirely foreign to them, and there's no way a dog understands that a vacuum cleaner is something we use to keep the house clean. But for dogs, they wouldn't worry about keeping the house clean in any event. So these are the things that we want to start desensitizing them to. So the first thing we do in the doodle den is sound. So the dogs have their own TV in here, and we employ YouTube videos that have a variety of sounds, and we play those for the dogs. So we'll have thunder, fireworks, horns honking, other dogs barking, cats meowing, washing machines, vacuum sounds, all those types of sounds. And also our doodle den door right here opens directly into where our laundry room is, so they get the benefit of hearing the washer and dryer. And now right now, these little Labradoodles are having an extra advantage because the next door opens right into our kitchen, which is still under construction. It is day 105. We hope that it will be finished soon. But in any event, they hear drills, they hear saws, they hear other equipment that I don't actually know the name of. They hear hammers. There are people in there who are working on building things. There's a tiler that's coming. There's an electrician. So they hear all sorts of things, and they're able to see the people right out the side of their area here. But at the same time, they feel protected because there's a good amount of distance, and they can go, oh yeah, check it out. And they learn soon enough, all on their own, it's not going to hurt them. And so the sounds that they hear, they become desensitized to. And that's what our goal is right now. We're not doing the actual socialization yet. They're only 3 weeks old, but we are starting with the desensitization. And one thing that's really important to remember when you are doing socialization or desensitization or any learning activity with your Labradoodle puppy is you don't overload them. They're just little tiny infants. Their attention span at 3 weeks is about 2 minutes. Obviously it gets a little longer, but when you take your little Labradoodle puppy home from Isle Doodles, their attention span is still only going to be a maximum of 10 minutes. You can't try to do a half-hour session with them. They're just not able to do that. And instead you overwhelm them. They become to the point where they just don't like it because they have no comprehension of it, and they become exhausted. So just keep that in mind. Don't try to do too much with your little puppies when you're getting them started on things. Now you'll see they're all piled up in the bed that I'm sitting on. I'm sitting on this bed because it's softer than sitting on the floor. They do have beds they sleep in. We're just going to change them after this video. So they have nice clean beds, and they all like to sleep in the beds together. We don't have any puppies in this litter who go outside of the bed to sleep. They're always all piled up there in there together and really having a nice, relaxing, cozy time together. Now you see Silver Collar Girl is chewing on my fingers. Now there's no teeth yet. They haven't started to have their teeth come through, but they're working on getting those little teeth come through, and that's why she's gnawing on my finger here. Now why am I letting her gnaw on me? Well, because she needs to learn, first of all, that this is what human skin is, this is what the person is, this is what it feels like, tastes like, smells like, before we can start to teach her when she's a bit older that no, this is what we don't want you to chew on. And you'll see they have a couple of toys in here. So these toys are not toys that come in our puppy starter kit. These are not toys we send home with your puppy, but these toys are totally fine at this age. This one is here because it's stuffless, it's soft, it's long. A whole bunch of them can be working and chewing on this one to start with. Generally speaking, they put this one together and they sleep on it. This little guy here, he's a really good combination of being soft, and then he also has the harder bits here with the rope to chew on. So they get lots of different textures here for chewing. So right now with no teeth, this is where they're going to want to chew, the soft bit, because this is too hard for them. They don't need this yet. But as time goes on, they'll be familiar with this toy. We have several of these that we rotate and wash regularly. You can tell he's been in the washer and dryer many times. So they get accustomed to it, and it's a familiar toy with it to them, and they like it, and so then they'll graduate more onto the different surface for actually getting a workout for their teeth. And then this guy here, well, he too is a stuffless stuffy. You can see he's suffered an injury. That's because somebody's taken his squeaker out, and I'm quite happy that the squeaker's not in there right now because they're a little young for squeakers, but you can hear that crinkle. There's some crinkle in this puppy here. There used to be more. It used to be a crinkle toy, but because he suffered his catastrophic injury here, older dogs have taken the crinkle part out. But there's still just enough that they can hear it and they can get used to it. And you see it doesn't bother any of them in the least. Again, this is nice and long. They can all pull on it. It's nice and soft, so it gives them a good amount of something to chew on. That's good right at this age. So we change the toys out regularly, not just to wash them, but to go along with the puppy's development. Toys are not just like toys. These are all very important learning tools. And that's why in our puppy starter kit, we very carefully curate the toys that go home with your puppy. We match them to each of the individual puppy's personalities. So one puppy may really enjoy balls, so you'll get more balls. One puppy may really be a heavy chewer. You'll get more things that are appropriate for chewing, so that then when they're at your house, they're not chewing up your furniture. So we try to focus on North American made toys as much as possible. Many of our chew toys are made with vegetable dyes, so they're really safe for the puppies. But basically what it is after breeding dogs since 1981, we've gone through many iterations of toys, different types, become familiar with what does and doesn't work and what is and isn't successful. That way, you get the puppy starter kit. You don't have to worry about going out and spending hundreds of dollars on toys that don't work for your puppy, are dangerous for your puppy, and aren't accomplishing what needs to be accomplished. So at 8 weeks, what are you looking for? Mental stimulation as well as mental relief. Puppies need to chew. They have to put everything in their mouth. And if you don't give them the right thing to chew, they're going to chew your drywall, they're going to chew your furniture, and they're going to be anxious and unhappy. And you're going to see that reflected in their behavior. It's not easy for them to learn. It's not easy for them to transition to your home. So those are just some things to keep in mind about toys. And you can hear Green Collar. Green Collar's having a little dream here, talking about something, dreaming perhaps of all those great toys that he's going to get. So now let's go through each of the puppies and tell you about them and what their weights are. So as always, we're going to do this in birth order. I'm going to have to move a little bit here so I can see them all because they're all snuggled up with me here. This is Orange Collar Boy, upside down as always. Hello, buddy. Hi, come and say hi to everybody. Oh my goodness, I just so sleepy. So this is our firstborn fellow, beautiful chocolate boy with those pretty white markings on him. This boy has personality, and he's showing his personality. He has been showing us his personality from day one. He's a character. He's so fun. He's so affectionate. He always is the first one to come running out to say hi to us, and you can see he's perked right up because, oh my goodness, Penny's here, Mom's here. Do I get to eat? Do I get to eat? He's all, okay, come on, where is it? He's very smart. He's very eager and lots of fun. So this little Mr. Orange Collar Boy is weighing in this week at 1.21 kilograms. Really a nice weight. Okay, Penny's gone out there. I'm just going to get Reynolds to close the gate over, and that way Penny won't come back in, and then they won't get all hysterical when they see her and be focused on just trying to find her. And don't pee on my book. I'm going to put you over here with your brothers and your one sister. Next is Dark Blue Collar Boy. Hi, buddy. Hi. And this little guy, so he's different from Orange in that he's got some of his Grandpa Copper's curls. And you can see those curls starting to come through now a little bit more. And this puppy is a very weak phantom. He has a few phantom markings on him, not very many. So he's not an actual phantom, but he does have some of those phantom tan points. Oh, is it going to give me kisses? Oh, thank you for the kisses. This little guy is different from his big brother, Orange Collar. He's a little bit quieter. He's very interested in toys. You can hear him crying. He is the one who is most likely to fuss pot about something right now. He sometimes gets himself in the corner and he's, oh, can you come save me? So that tells us lots, and that's something we work with him to help him right from now to build his confidence. Oh yes, and to learn how to problem solve on his own. Orange is a huge problem solver. He doesn't need anybody to show him how to fix things up. He knows how to do that himself. Mr. Blue Collar is still trying to find his way. He's just a little bit needing some help with that. Oh, just some beautiful kisses. And Dark Blue Collar Boy is weighing in at 1.18 kilograms. So now you see, one of the things I'll do is I'll put him down here. And I'll see, okay, can he figure out how to get up here? This is where he wants to be, is on my lap. And so we'll wait and see if he can figure out how to negotiate how to do that, or if he's going to cry and ask for help. Whereas you can see Orange Collar already figured that out, and he has the prime spot, which is very typical of Orange Collar. Next is Green Collar Boy. This is Green here, upside down. Hey, Green. Now, Green Collar has a coat that's similar to Orange Collar. His is much straighter. This little guy has the cutest little face. Oh, I just love his little face. I just think he has the most precious little expression. Part of that is because he has a very strong stop, and the stop is where the top of their nose meets their forehead, and you can see it's like an L shape, so that's a strong stop. If you see a breed of dog like a Borzoi, they have a nose that goes like this, like a ski jump. So that breed standard is that there is no stop, whereas in the Labradoodle breed standard, we like to have a nice defined stop. And certainly Mr. Green Collar, oh, just a beautiful yawn, has a lovely little stop and a really cute little expression with his little white goatee. And I'm not sure if I have ever shown you, but he does have the teensy little white tip at the end of the tail. So that's going to be really cute. It's not going to be hugely obvious because it's just a little one, but it's there. Yeah, such a handsome boy. And Mr. Green Collar is 1.08 kilograms. Mr. Green Collar is a quieter puppy as well, but he's sort of right in the middle of the pack. He can figure things out. He doesn't fuss. He does like to play with toys, and he does bark from time to time at his siblings. So put him down here. And now you'll see Dark Blue Collar. He didn't figure out how to get up on my lap, so now he's busy wandering off somewhere else. But he's not fussing, he's perfectly happy. And that's what we want to see, is that they're happy and that they're able to wander around on their own and not always need to be right attached to their siblings. Next is our only girl from the litter, Silver Collar. And like green and orange, Silver has a straighter coat, less curls. Hi. And can you say hi to everybody? And she has a very similar look to Green Color Boy. Again, that quite strong stop, a shorter nose. She's got the cute little bit of white, which not quite as pronounced as his, but she has some white in her goatee there. And then she has these caramel highlights over on the top of her nose, and she's just so tired. She just can't possibly stay awake to show you her eyes. She's just gonna go to sleep. This little girl has personality plus. She is well able to tell everybody what she wants. She will bark, she'll growl, she likes to play with the toys, and she's always right there having a pretty good spot at the milk bar. She's really calm. As you can see, she just falls asleep right in my arms. Do you think you could wake up and show everybody your peepers? Yeah, show everybody your pretty eyes. Now you'll notice all the puppies have blue eyes, and that's just because they're babies and their puppies are born with blue eyes. All Labradoodle puppies are born with blue eyes. None of them will have blue eyes. These puppies will all have dark brown or hazel colored eyes. Now, as I was saying before, the puppies their color will lighten, and those puppies are the ones who are most likely to have the hazel eyes. And you can see already here how orange collar compared to dark blue collar, there's quite a difference in the hue of the brown. So he is a very dark chocolate, whereas orange is not a mahogany, but and not milk chocolate, but he's definitely lighter. There are more red tones in his coat. So more of Penny's caramel type color. Penny is a really dark red caramel, so her coat color is a very dark one. Here we go. That's Miss Silver Collar girl. We'll put her here. Oh, and Miss Silver Collar weighs 945 grams. So she hasn't cracked that 1 kilogram mark yet. She's just a little bit more of a petite build. That's all. She's definitely gaining weight as she should. And you'll see how she solved that problem immediately. I want to be somewhere to sleep. And this is the warm spot. This is the human. I know her. So this is where I'm going to choose to be. Next, we have Purple Collar. Hey, Purpy. Now, Purple Collar, his coat is back to being sort of halfway between everybody's, but he does have some good curl on his face, which just gives him the cutest little expression. I really like his little face and the way he looks. The curls really set him off and make him have a little, almost a mature face. There he is giving you a big yawn. He's got that pretty goatee, lots of white on him there, the one dipped paw in the front. And this little guy has phantom markings. So you can see here on his chest where he's not white, you can see the tan tips there, and then of course the tan on his legs halfway up. And you have a little bit of white toe on the right side as well. So the two right feet have little bits of white on them. So he likely is carrying party. No tail tip though, so he may not be. And you can see Mr. Purple is the first one whose coat is starting to lift. So you'll see this one bit here sticking up. That's when the coats become that really fluffy, full Labradoodle coat look that we all love about this breed. So he's the first one to start to get some lift. I expect by next week he's going to look really funny with his coat sticking out in all sorts of places. But I think he's going to just be the cutest thing, don't you think? Mr. Perp is a very sweet boy. He has a lovely little temperament to him. He is well able to solve problems on his own. He's curious, and he's always got a kiss. Yes, oh, there's a very nice kiss, thank you. Oh, I just love my kisses from Perpy. And Perpy is 1.16 kilograms, so he's a really nice weight. The biggest puppy in the litter is orange collar, the firstborn, and the smallest is light blue, who we're going to do right now, the lastborn. This is not typical, even though, whoops, you would think it might be. It's not typical. Now, when the puppies fall like that, they are soft, round, pliable. They're able to tumble around without any harm coming to them. Now, if you can hear, there's some squeaking, and that, I'm sure, is dark blue collar, who's over here and still hasn't figured out how to get where he wants to go. That's you. That's you. So when he starts to get frustrated, we'll help him, and we'll put him close to the place he wants to be, and we'll wait and see if he's able to come to some solution for himself. There we go. See, now he's going to go, okay, But he's going to sit there with his head on my leg rather than figuring out to put his legs up and get over. So we'll show him the solution, and we'll put his legs up like this, and then we'll see if he just is content to stay like that, fall off, or if he figures out how to hoist himself up. I can tell you, if it was orange collar and he wasn't able to get up for some reason, he would come around and he would go between my feet. That's how good of a problem solver he is. Mr. Little Light Blue, my little tiny guy, cute as a button. Could you be any cuter? I do not think so. Love this little face on this guy, just adorable. He too is a phantom. You can see his tan markings there on his legs. Oh my goodness, that is a big yawn. He has them on the side of his face too. Orange, don't be doing any acrobatics there. And he's got the white on his chest and the tan, of course, on his chest from his phantom marking. This guy has a sweet little disposition. His personality does match the fact that he's the smallest, but he is not at all concerned about that. Oh, and you can see here on Perpy, we're talking about the coat lifting. I'm just going to put light blue down for a minute so I can show you this. So you can see his coat is lifting here and here as well. So he's really coming along with the lift in the coat going on. So before long, and like I said, next week, you're going to see all sorts of bits up on his coat and the other puppies too. Mr. Light Blue is going on a little exploration there. Maybe has to do a pee. Are you okay? Are you ready to come back up, or do you have to pee? And just make sure he doesn't want to go pee. So you'll see that there's pee pads everywhere here. That's because they aren't able to go too far away to pee yet, but they do all know they get out of the bed, they go away from the bed to go to the bathroom, which is really nice. Okay, here we go. You see this big tummy on this guy? He may be little, but he is 934 grams. So he's really coming along and doing great with his weight gain and becoming a nice sturdy puppy. Really nice conformation on this puppy. He's got a nice little square body. Yes, very cute. Oh, very, very cute. So that's all of our puppies, and I hope you enjoyed the video today. If you're one of the lucky families on this litter list, you will get your educational video later in the week, and there'll be some information on socialization this week. And there'll be two videos. One will be our regular socialization video, and the other is going to be how to socialize your puppy successfully during COVID. So there are still some restrictions. Generally speaking, those restrictions are easing. People are able to do more things, but there is still some exceptions to that. So the video was made when we were in strict lockdown, and how to get your puppy out into the world and experiencing things in a positive way, despite the fact that we were all locked down. So now, this is much better, much less of a lockdown, but there still are some important bits of information in there, because who knows, with COVID, things could change in a month from now when you are taking your puppy home. So it is 7 more weeks, no, not 7 more weeks, it's 5 more weeks till your puppy comes home, 2 more weeks till our puppy family visit. We're really happy that the restrictions have eased enough that we're able to do the visit in person for everybody who's vaccinated and of course feeling well. So we're really looking forward to that. was so great for the puppies to meet their families, and also so much fun if you're the family. So if you have any questions or any information you'd like to know about Labradoodles, puppies, anything at all, please just ask away in the comments. We hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll think about subscribing to our channel if you haven't already. And we'll see you next week for the week 4 update. Thanks so much for watching.